Hi guys, and welcome to my channel. This is Darcy's Mixed Media. And now some of you will remember, or some of you have watched the video where I opened all the stuff for my aunt. And there was a lot of scraps and a lot of cardstock. So, I've just been kind of doing stuff with the scraps to make them a little bit more usable. And thought I would share some of that with you. So obviously, well, you know, unless you're blind, or you don't know what dry embossing is. I dry embossed these scraps. These cracked a little bit, but I should have a way to fix that. Whoops, that one didn't get done. So yeah, I've got some different embossing folders and embossing plates. And then I bought more because I was like, I could just do a whole bunch of this. And the thought came because when I was going through the scraps, I was sorting the scraps. And these are the ones, even though, you know, don't mind that. You know, I was like putting all the plain ones in one pile and I was like, oh yeah, I want to keep these. These have interest to them. Even if they're just lines or nice little swirls and stuff like that. And I was like, oh yeah, those I'll keep. And I'm putting the plain ones in a pile. Maybe I'll get rid of some of these. And then I was like, but wait, these had more interest to me because they were embossed. So I did it. I embossed and embossed. And so there's 2 days. This is today's. Most of them were done yesterday. These are the new embossing plates that I got. So just some different things. And then somebody asked me, well, what do you do with those? I was like, okay, well, that's a good video idea. Of course, then squirrel, I came to my desk and I'm like, well, what else can I do with these plain papers? This one's not great, but if you cut it down and use it for collage, anyway, it won't matter because this one's on a thinner paper. And that one is too. And this one, you can't really see it. It's a tone on tone. So it's a darker brown on a dark brown. And it's got a little bit of a shimmer to it. Oh, maybe you can see it a little bit. But it's got more interest. It was this, and now it's this. And which are you more likely to use? So that would make a really cute, I could do something on the other side too. And that would make a cute journal page now as well. There's another one with the tone on tone. Just a darker, I don't know what color this is. This green, darker green. It's actually, it was the patina one. Anyway, and then, you know, darker green on a lighter green. And here's some pink on yellow, because why not? And it doesn't have to be perfect. They don't have to be stamped perfectly. Because if it's on cardstock, you might cut it down to a tag anyway, and then you're going to have other things layered on top of it. So it doesn't matter. It doesn't have to be perfect. There's some more brown on brown, blue on brown. See, I didn't stamp perfectly, but it's still, I'm more likely to use it now than when it was like, well, except for, you know, I'm more likely to use it now. It has some interest. So that was another idea. Just take your stamps and just make patterned paper with your stamps. And that idea also came from my Aunt Barb because this was in her stash. And I was like, oh, I want to keep that one. She's a card maker. And so for her, things kind of have to be perfect. And there was that envelope. There was another piece with stars on it. There's starfish. Oh, here it is. And that piece too. And I'm like, oh, it's not perfect. But actually, that's where the charm is. I like that the starfish are not perfect because they're not going to be laid on the beach perfectly. And, you know, flowers, they can overlap or whatever. So here's some white ink on some dark green. I went 2 directions. This one goes this direction, or the other one went the other way. Okay, so now we figured out some ways, and also stenciling. You can also do stenciling on your paper to make it more interesting. Because I don't know about you guys, but from my past life, I have a lot of cardstock. Boring, plain cardstock that I don't know what to do with. Because I don't make cards, and I don't do crafts with little kids anymore. So, you know, although some of it I am going to give to my friend, who's a Boy Scout den leader, but won't they like that even more? Like pieces like that? I mean, really. So let's take a few of these. And they weren't all the same size. They were all different size scraps. So I'm going to take a few things in the pile and do something with them. Sound good? Now, my first obvious thing is a pocket or a tag. Or a cluster, like you take one of those like that and do it as a cluster. Why did I take these all out of the box? What was I thinking? Also, where'd my box go? There it is. So yes, thank you, Elaine. You had a good idea. Good question. What do you do with them? So let's go ahead and figure out what we can do with them. So, I'm going to say so a lot of times, probably. And people who don't like messy desks are going to really hate it because, you know, there's mess. Let's see, can I come in a little more to make it a little bit, show a little bit less of the mess, maybe? So, I'm just going to see what this looks like. This is Brilliance Chalk, Fast Drying Pigment Ink, Brilliance Pearlescent Chocolate. And I'm just going to go on top of these to get a more clear thing. And now I have a great piece for fall. We've got the leaves, the orange, the brown, and that is a great fall piece right there. Can use it as, actually on a tag, would be perfect. Let's see. So we just take a file folder, or we take another piece of wait, I got cardstock. Do I have cardstock in the right color, though? That's the question. See, that might be fun. So you just take a piece of cardstock, and you take your scissors or your cutter or whatever it is you can find. All right, so this is about a little over 2 inches. So I'm going to make my tag about 4 inches. And then how tall is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, about 6, a little over 6 inches. So we're going to get real technical here and just put my finger there and do it about 6 inches. And now we can even bring some brown onto this background here. Oh, that I might even do it with, I shouldn't do that on here though. Just get some leaves in the background here, maybe. Just a hint of them. Just so it's not just stark plain blue. Or a stencil would have worked too. Okay, the middle's getting covered. And then I can put this on here. And I can even make it into, well, let's see. Depends if I have a glue that works. I don't think this glue works. Nope, it doesn't. Because why would it? Why would a glue on my desk work? That would just be crazy pants. Ooh, that might even be pretty on top of there. Oh, look, we got glue. We got really liquidy glue. This is just, the quick dry tacky glue. That's what that is. So, I'm going to spread that in a little bit. Then just put this right in the middle. Now, got a little belly band on here. And it ripped. It's okay. Just put it back down there. Stick it on the glue. It'll stay with the glue. Yeah, these 3D embossing ones, I'm trying to find something thinner to use when I put them through so they don't emboss quite so well. Because they tend to crack it is the problem. So this could be a, just make this into a journal tag. I mean, you know, with the rounded edge, journal card is what I'm trying to say. Now, essentially, journal cards and journal tags are the same things. Generally, a tag will have those things at the top, but not always. Now, is this too much? Should we put this on the top? Yeah, I don't know if I like it like that. I might. You know, whatever tag I put in here, I want to use that. So I'm going to just stick that there. So there we go. Journal card. Used another piece of cardstock and a piece of the embossed. And another way to use these, let's see. Where's my white? I don't think that I put away I have a really good white. Here it is. Well, we could try the cheaper one. This is just Color Box pigment. So, I might not get as much. I'm just trying to get some of the raised bits. But, like I said, that's a cheaper one. I still got some distinguishment from it. Distinguishment? Is that a word? This one's a lot juicier, so I want to be really a little more gentle with it, because I don't want to go down into the crevices. I just want it on the very top. There we go. Now I have more definition on the raised parts, and I could use that as a belly band on a page. Could even get a page right now, or a pocket, side pocket, or just a little tag. Like this itself would be just a cute tag to stick inside something. And if you wanted someone to be able to write on the back, you could just back it with something like this, or just another piece of cardstock. Like here's just a light blue piece, which I'll just go ahead and glue that on there. And then if you wanted to add something on the front, like a little collage with some tickets and whatnot, you can. I might actually, just gonna make a bookmark out of it, apparently. I'll cut and leave a little border. Oh, actually, I'll do it the other way. Hold on. Where's my, I know, I just had it. I just put it down. How hard can that be? Also, I want, so I'm going to go ahead and, well, I say that, but, you know, you have to know where your bone folder is for that. So, get about 1/4 of an inch here. Let's do about 1/4 of an inch here, or wherever looks good. And I'm going to fold that, and that'll make it easier to cut now. So now I'll know where I want to cut it. And I think I got glue on the top there. I don't know. There, and now we have like a little unfolded out journal card, or you could put papers in there and make a little notebook. So there's another idea. I mean, any way you would use paper, you can use these. Let's see. I do have some, I should have, yep, some gilding wax, gilder's paste wax. And if you don't have that, maybe you have some paint that you might be able to, you know, dip your finger in. It's a little bit easier, believe me, it's way easier with the gilder's wax though. And just try to hit the raised parts. It doesn't have to get hit perfectly or evenly. I mean, because this kind of thing you kind of want a distressed look anyway. So now that has added some interest. You could just turn that into a journal card or a pocket or a tag, or the front of a card. I mean, that's kind of what these were originally made for, is to be on the front of a card, right? Let's see. I'm going to take my peeled paint, which is my favorite one to do with this. I need a flat surface, though. So once you emboss them, that doesn't have to be the end. You can just make them as a journal card, a pocket, or whatever. Just emboss like that. Or you can add some color to the top and make it stand out even more. And then that would make a great pocket in a journal or a journal card. I would probably back it for a journal card just so there's a smooth place to write. Let's see. So tags, journal cards, bookmarks, pockets. Oh, I think this one I left as a long scrap, and I just embossed this side. So this could actually go in a journal, in the signature of a journal. So like, it could go just like that. It could go up, it could go down, but it could just be an extra bit that you stick inside a journal. So when you're embossing, so if you have long scraps like that, you can emboss one side, and the other side, you can emboss the other side too, and then, you know, just fold it in half and stick it in your journal. I'm going to keep that there because it goes perfectly. Yeah, I never finished my fall journals. They're all sitting over here in a pile waiting for me to be inspired. So you've got some ink and some wax. Let's see. See, this is, if I want to do like a large cluster, this would be perfect. Did I come prepared to make clusters? No, I did not. Let's see. Let's see. I mean, it's not like I don't have pieces that I could use. So, I mean, just, you know, layer up some stuff. I don't have stuff to layer up. All right, so here's a piece of painty paper. I could just rip that down and layer that on there. And what else can we find? Could even find another piece. Let's see, I don't have anything that's like purpley, do I? Could find another piece, a piece. I had smaller ones. Where are they? Oh, and also, oh, die cuts. I've got die cuts here. Also, you can use, you know, make die cuts, you know. You know how you be. So I'm going to cut this down because I don't need it quite that big for what I'm doing. But, I mean, just a simple little cluster. I could add a little something else in there. I mean, I'm just looking on my desk, seeing what there is. I've got some more strips here from my aunt. So just take one of those out of there. I do still want this piece to show though, because it has the polka dots on there, and that's kind of the point, isn't it? So I'm going to put my purple piece in the back. So I'm going to take these 3 pieces here and just staple them. You don't have to have a 10-volt staple. You can use a regular staple, or you could use a little bit of glue if you can't find your staple. So you just do a little bit of glue there, a little bit of glue on here. I just kind of did it in the middle because maybe I'll find something I want to kind of tuck under there later. And then, let's see, do I want to back my butterfly? That's the question, because I do have some butterfly backs. So, I'm just going to glue this middle piece onto my butterfly to hold that on there. I'm not going to, I don't want, oh, I'm flinging glue. Anybody else ever fling glue? Then I'm just doing it in the middle so it gives him a little bit of pop-up. So, scrap, scrap, scrap. And this was a scrap too because I had made something else. So there we go, cluster. And we made this scrap more interesting by adding some polka dot dry embossing. This one is made more interesting because we die cut it. This one had stripes on it, which makes it interesting. And this one was jelly plate, which also makes it more interesting. But not everybody has a jelly plate. And I understand that. So say you have a little scrap. Where did it go? I just had a stencil. Where'd it go? There we go. You can just take a stencil, take some ink, stencil on your scrap. I mean, because as it is, it's just a little plain, right? And now it's got a little bit of pizzazz. What if you want more pizzazz? What can you do? You can take any color pen you like. I was hoping that I had a silver. I was hoping I had a metallic one nearby, but no. Why would I have what I want right nearby? That's just crazy talk. Let's see. Oh, I could even just take one that kind of is the same color. Maybe. And just kind of go right inside where the white is. I mean, you could also just put the stencil back on there and trace that, but I didn't want it to be perfect. And then, you know, just do a main one even if you want to and leave the rest like that. So now you have a nice little background piece. And let's see, a piece of, I'm getting stuck on my chair. Oh, and stuff just spilled. All right, see, I could even just take, this is like a frame. I don't have to keep it that way. So you have like almost like splashes of water. I could take this and just kind of rip it. And now it's almost like kind of like bubbles. Maybe rip this side too, I don't know. And then that could go one side or the other with, well, not a butterfly this time probably. Or unless you want a butterfly. Butterfly will work. Let's see. Do I have any stamps? Got a piece of washi tape here. Stick the washi tape down and stick my little clustery thing here. I'm just making a little tag. And then, the glue will dry clear. And, you know, we don't use our stamps enough, right? We just don't. We don't use our stamps nearly enough. Butterfly is not what I want, though, is it? Not if we've got, like, bubbles. And I don't think I have any sea creatures. I don't think I have anything that works for the ocean. I could put it, oh, I have a, actually, I do have something that works for the ocean, but it would be too big for the tag. I just don't have any ocean creatures, I don't think. I think I would remember if I did. Oh, that's nice. Just dropped stuff. I was hoping that I would have something that I could add on to this. I mean, it could be a word. No, not the same color. Oh, I could put a little piece of that on there, huh? Anyway, when I find the right, I'm going to have a little focal point that will go right here, like, oh, maybe it'll be a parakeet or a flamingo or something. But hopefully you're getting the idea. I wasn't prepared for focal points. I was more prepared for, let's work with plain scraps, right? Let's see. So yeah, so see, this could just be used by itself. I could ink it. I could tear it down. Oh, where's one that is a good shape for cutting in half? Like, see, take your little pieces. Any little scraps. If you emboss them, they become something else. See that? Let's see. I've got some. Oh, something fell back there. Well, silver would probably work better for that, huh? Do you have some? Oh, more stuff's falling back there. My silver doesn't work, so let's try the platinum. But I might need to do some darker color over it first. Let's do the hickory smoke real quick. It's going to be messy. It's all right. But now we are bringing out, I mean, when do you know these things to be clean anyway, right? There's the cover. If I want to add a little bit of shine to it, I can take my metallic ink and hope that that brings out, you know, that I'm actually trying to rub all the way down to give this like a metallic. So now this plain grayish bluish paper has now become looking more metallic just by using pigment ink, Platinum Planet. And now it's shiny. Can you see it? I lost some of the hickory smoke, but I think actually I like it better. I like what happened to it when I did that, so that was cool. I like that. I don't know. Do you guys have any other ideas? I mean, pockets, tags, flip outs on a page. Yeah, but you can enhance them just so easily just by taking your ink and gotta have a flat surface though. And I got quite a bit on the background there. Doesn't always work perfectly, but now that's not blue anymore, it's purple. What about this one? Do we have a brown here? All right, do you guys have any of your archival inks that are like falling out? What's up with that? It's like hanging on by a thread, like literally, like just like a little glue. I can't even see what it's holding on by. It's just falling out. Which is annoying because the way I do my ink is the way you're supposed to, you know, with the doing it down onto the stamp. I think the reason I go in circles is so that if it does get in the background, it's not like straight lines of background. I don't know. It's just more grungy now. Well, let's see. Let's make it more grungy on purpose. Just get the edges. Whoops. Can't even tell any difference of what I'm doing right here. Well, now it's nice and grungy. I mean, we could take this from pretty to grungy too. I don't want to. I like that color. I really like this color. Do you guys like this color? What would you put on top of this? Oh, I know what I would put on top of this. If I, oh, look, I found my stapler. I have a patina. Here it is. Nope, that's not it. Although that one would work as well. Ooh, a little bit of that spilled on me. Alcohol smell. Have a patina. I didn't think I put it away. No, I did not. Of course I didn't put it away. That's crazy talk. I also do white. That's like a choppy white. Why must stuff fall everywhere? Oh, here it is. It's Viridian. Sorry. It's Viridian. Which, you know, that's kind of that tone on tone. Let's see how this will do. It's a little bit more green than this. And if I would, I wonder if I, so for the 3D ones, you get a little bit less in the background. I want an orange one. I want to see if this turns into a patina on an orange. Well, this one's not orange. See, this one's not raised as high, so it gets everywhere. Or you could do it like that, and then you get lines that maybe look a little more on purpose. I don't know. See, it's not 100%. But these were texture plates, so they're not as wonderful, I guess. These are too thick, These are not thick enough. This one might have been after I was putting something different through it. I don't know. I do like that I was able to get this to be shiny. That made me happy. That made me very happy. Let's see. Here's another texture plate. What do I have on here? I don't know. I don't know where my green one is. I don't think I'm getting this color. I think I'm mostly getting off some of the, I probably had some black on here. So if you take an old brush that you've used ink on and just kind of get way down into there. I'd probably get something different if I went this way. See, with these, whichever direction you're going to go is the direction you're going to get the, well, that's why I was trying to go all directions, I think, to get kind of a shadow on there. So I didn't get color on there, because I think I used black on that. So I probably got black in this more than anything. And don't forget, when you are doing your stamping, you don't have to just use one color. You can use all different colors. And yeah, I don't know. I don't know if this has been helpful or not. In any case, if you have, like me, have a lot of, well, this is actually a card that I put through the embosser, have a lot of scraps or cardstock that you're not sure what to do with it, and it's really boring, spruce it up. Spruce it up with some, inking and embossing and stenciling. Easy peasy. And also, if you have metallics, you can turn. That's so awesome now. Sorry, this is my favorite piece of the day. All right, see, sometimes some of my greens turn kind of patina color when I've used. All right, let's try a big brush. There we go. When I have orange behind it. So I was wondering if I would get the green or if I would get more of a patina, but which is what I was hoping this color was going to be. That's why I bought it. It's not quite the patina I was hoping for. But, and the brush is working pretty decently for this. Still keeping the background color to a degree and hitting the high spots. I'm not pressing really hard with it. I absolutely love that color. Those two colors. Let's just grunge it up a little bit. All right, see, that's what I do. I don't know what you guys do, but if I do something and I don't love it, I just go over it again, see what happens. And doing double colors, is a good thing. Is a good idea too, because it gives you a little bit more interest. A little bit of the green is still showing through, but now you know. So is the brown, while still having a little bit of the orange show through. So, and some places the green pops a little bit more than other places. That just makes me want to do another one in two colors. Let's see, what happens if I use the brush on this? Does this brush have anything on it? Which is the brush I just used? Oh, look at that. We just grunged that right up nicely. I am pressing hard right now, and I'm getting right down into the crevices, which is changing the whole color of the paper, but I'm still getting it darker on a lot of the creases and edges and stuff, which is making it pop just the same. And now it's nice and grungy. That wasn't what I had planned for that. Sometimes our plans just don't happen because we do random things that are just weird and random. Is that the right side? I don't know if there is a right side on this one. I mean, this, see, that's what's nice about this. It could just be like a little flip out in a book, and it's going to look cool whichever side is showing. See, this is what I would call a patina gray. Not gray. A patina green. And that is not what we were getting with this. Where'd my... I would show you if I knew what I did with those papers. I set them out of the way, didn't I? So they are so far out of the way that I don't... Oh, man, my pens all fell. Welcome to the channel where the lady don't know what she's doing and doesn't have quite the funny comebacks as the guy on TikTok who does the recipes in the air fryer, who has a lot of really funny, witty things that he says. You should go find him. All right, so here we go. At least I did some things. And I came and visited you guys. Anyway, this is what I've been working on. I kind of got off track of what I'm supposed to be doing. But here's a reminder of take your everyday boring stuff and spruce it up. You don't have to go out and buy specialty papers. You can make your own. You have stencils. You have stamps. Maybe you don't have an embosser. That's okay. You have stencils and stamps. You don't have stencils and stamps? Draw circles. I mean, I don't know, anything. If you have paint, take the cover of something and dip it in the paint, and you can make circles with that. Super easy. All right, I hope you guys were inspired to go do stuff with your stuff. That's all I hope. Have a delightful day, guys. Love you.